Howdy guys, Cub here. Welcome to Minecraft 1.15 Snapshot 19w35a. There are quite a few changes in this week's snapshot, so let's go ahead and get started. So before I get into the changes in this week's snapshot, I want to let you guys know that the Minecraft 1.15 update will be the bug fix update, primarily. So there will be some things like bees and such that are added, but primarily Mojang is going to be working on performance issues and also bug fixing to optimize the game. And this was apparent from their blog post, which you can see right here. They basically say that, bees are one half the update, the other half is bugs. So, yeah, they're going to be fixing bugs and optimizing performance for the game, which is good to see because since about 1.13, there have been some pretty significant performance issues in Minecraft. And, yeah, if they take some time, as they say they're going to do, and, fix a lot of bugs and fix a bunch of performance issues, make the game run better, that'll be great in the long run for the game. Now on to the changes in this week's snapshot. So first of all, bees will now try to avoid water whenever possible. So you can see they're clearly trying to avoid going into the rivers and stuff. If you spawn one in, it'll just simply fly out of the water and try not to go back in. So yeah, they now try to avoid water actively. Another new change in this snapshot is that bee nests are now much more rare. In fact, I have not yet seen one in this forest here. My guess is that they turned up the spawn rate that they intended for the previous snapshot so that people could, get in and find bees and experiment with bees and give some feedback on the bees and the bee nests themselves. And then now this is more what they're supposed to be like. It's supposed to be like a rare find in a forest. So it looks like there might be one nearby here. Yep, one right there. So yeah, bee nests are now much more rare in the game than they were before. It's also worth noting that now bee nests won't spawn at all unless there's an air block in front of the front side of the nest. So if there's an air block right here, then the bee nest can spawn in. And also they've removed the ability of trees grown from saplings to spawn with bee nests in them. So now if you are, growing trees in the plains or in the sunflower plains or in the flower forest, then you will not get bee nests in your trees. Villager stealing player beds is now a thing of the past because now if a player tries to sleep in a bed that's occupied by a villager, the villager actually gets out and then you can take his bed. One bug fix in this week's snapshot is that you can no longer place a water bucket on the side of an end portal and break that end portal. And the same thing is true with dispensers. You used to be able to place the water right on the side of this end portal block and that would destroy the end portal itself, but that is no longer possible to do. And the same thing is true for the exit end portal as well. So I'm trying to place down a water bucket on the side of the bedrock here to break the portal, which used to work, but now no longer does. So yeah, that is now fixed in this version. There was also a bug fix this week where banners would sometimes stop moving in the wind after a certain amount of time had passed in the world. So you would not get a banner that sways like this one is ever so subtly, but that has now been fixed. So all banners should now sway for however long the banner is in your world. One small bug fix this week is that the carved pumpkin can now be enchanted again in survival with curses. So here we go, Curse of Vanishing on the carved pumpkin there. And previously the regular pumpkin, the uncarved pumpkin, could have been enchanted, but you couldn't wear that, so it was kind of pointless to do so. But now we can have things like Curse of Vanishing and Curse of Binding on the carved pumpkins once more. Another change in this update is that Enderman cannot teleport to waterlogged slabs and waterlogged stairs. So here I have some waterlogged slabs that are submerged and some that are just simply waterlogged from the underside. And you can see, yeah, Endermen are not teleporting to it. And if I even go ahead and do /weather rain, you can see the Endermen are not teleporting to either of these waterlogged platforms. Another interesting bug fix regarding Endermen is that they will no longer teleport into water to avoid a projectile. So if I shoot this guy, see, it simply reflects off of him. You simply can't shoot him. If I make a spot where they could teleport to, like let's put like a huge thing out here, right? Yep, that seems to be the case. So if I shoot this guy now, yep, you see he teleported over here to a valid block. So yeah, very interesting changes to Enderman here for sure. One minor change in this week's snapshot is that the Nitwit has had its badge removed because you can't trade with Nitwits, so there's no point in it having a badge like this guy has, which changes when you upgrade the villagers by trading with them. Craftable beehives are now flammable. As you can see, if I light these two on fire, they will burn and get destroyed by the fire. If you die in the game, you will see now that the chunks will continue to render even after you're dead, and also the screen no longer shakes erratically, so that's a good change. Ravager pathfinding AI no longer breaks when a Ravager encounters a pillager patrol, and I just want to say thank you to everybody who is subscribed to this channel and watches my Hermitcraft series, because this is actually a bug that we reported, and you guys went and upvoted it, and now it has been fixed in this version. So this type of thing here, where we have these Ravagers trying to pathfind into the corner, the Terminator is actually the one that's broken here, so that will no longer happen as of 19w35a, so that is fantastic news. One relatively large bug fix this week is that slimes, magma cubes, ocelots, and iron golems will now use the generic.attack damage attribute, which means that things like slimes, magma cubes, iron golems, and ocelots can now be affected by splash potions. So, for instance, if I go ahead and spawn in a giant slime, rather, I'll go ahead and switch to survival game mode, and we'll see how much damage it does. So right there, it did 3 hearts worth of damage. Let me just quickly go into creative game mode once more. I'm now going to go over here, and we're going to put down another giant slime. Except this time, whoop, that's not a giant slime. That's not a giant slime. Come on, giant slime. There we go. Here's a giant slime. Let's go ahead and hit it with a splash potion of strength. And now we're going to go back into survival game mode. Here we go. So we did 3 before, and yeah, you see it now, 2-shots us. So, man, that is a pretty big change, especially when you consider things like golems and slimes and magma cubes already do a pretty big amount of damage. So you can now hit those guys with splash potions and do other neat things with them. There are also some other bug fixes, including fixes to hardcore worlds, as well as consuming items twice on occasion. For instance, like if you were drinking a potion or curing a zombie, you could sometimes eat a food twice, for instance. So that has now been fixed. But for now, guys, that is going to have to be it for me today. Please do leave a like on this video if you enjoyed, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss another snapshot video from me. Anyways, thank you once again for watching. This has been Cub. Goodbye.